All right, hi guys. So I'm back. Okay, so um, talked about the oil briefing and the last video. I was telling you how wonderful that is, and I'm going to talk about Project Three now. And something tells me you guys are probably halfway done with your Project Threes already. But so two things I want to make sure I address about Week 7. There's nothing due this weekend. I know that the Project Three resources tab has some things in there that you guys can use, etc. I feel like we continue to, I don't want to inundate you with busy work. You just had a super busy week last week. I can see the work that you guys did. Wonderful PowerPoints. As I said, precision in flow. Everyone's video came out really, really good. So that was so good. I feel like you guys can figure some of this stuff out. I'm not saying that I'm not here for you, but I'm going to pinpoint. I can talk. Pinpoint the things for you that I really kind of want to think about overall Project Three. Because if you already looked at Project Three, which I'm assuming that all of you have, you'll notice Project Three sounds like we're taking Project Two and then just like putting it in writing. And in a way, we are. But this is now where I'm going to push us a little bit more, where we kind of want to dive into a little bit more specificity, because while we don't have a time limit, there's a page limit, right, or page range, but we still kind of want to think about, now I want to kind of push you just a little bit, right? Now that we've talked about the project, hey, there's this problem, right? There's this thing going on that we want to look at and stuff like that. So now we're going to push it together. We're going to try to pinpoint even a little bit further with the needs assessment, the project plan memos. Like what specifically, what's the exact problem that we're looking at? What is exactly that we're trying to do? So we're going to try to even, if we can, maybe even just narrow a little bit on this, right? What's the specific thing that we're looking at, right? And we're looking also for, now I want to get some of those details and put them in here, like on in this memo here. So obviously you've read, I'm sure, most of this. Things to highlight for me: the 5 to 6 page single spaced memo. Obviously it's collaborative. You were all working on it together. You got the introduction. We're going to do, here's the needs assessment. We're going to be talking about, here are the primary concerns, right? What are the objectives? Who's our audience? Who are the stakeholders? Who would we, when we actually get this proposal together, who would we be standing in front of and presenting it to, right? What's our research? What are our research methods? Are we going to do some primary / we're going to have obviously some secondary? Primary I know is a little more challenging right now, so I expect that we would probably be using maybe something more like surveys, people that we know that we can distribute, or email a questionnaire, or just email back and forth with some people that we know that might be key players in our respective topics. So what's that going to look like? Maybe a little bit more specifically. And then the team schedule. I know a lot of you really had some really, really good team schedules, and those were mostly like the project dates. Now I want us to kind of push us a little further, think about, okay, what about the little things that are in between there? Start thinking about those a little bit now. And then let's get a little bit more specific as far as the duties of the project, who's going to be responsible and maybe doing what specifically. Is someone going to write? Is someone writing the questions? What do those questions start to begin to look like? Those kinds of things. And so I really want to highlight and encourage you. I don't think I need to assign this, but if you want to know the level of specificity, the level of examination, the level of description, right, that I'm looking for is in this example here that I posted. Okay, I know there's some other examples in the folder, right, for this week. But this particular one, the W15 P3 sample.pdf, that's actually on our module, is the one that's like okay, this is the one to like aspire to. It's so specific. It goes into this incredible detail. All right. So it starts off with the introduction, really tells us, here's what we're looking into, right? Here's the thing. Here's the problem. Here's the thing we're looking for. Here are our stakeholders. Here's our audience. All right. And to do that, here's questions that we're going to have, right? Here's the things we're going to be talking about, right? More questions, right? Here's our objectives, right? Here's what we're trying to do. Here's our research methods. And in this research methods, we're going to be talking to these people. We're going to do a survey. And here's what we're going to ask them that's going to help us get to what we want to find out, right? Everything is kind of like starting to congeal, to come together to say, okay, we got this problem. Here's how we're trying to solve it. Here are the questions that are going to help us get there. It's really, really detailed. So I encourage you to use that in your teams as a good example, which I know you guys will have probably already doing. Okay. All right. You guys have a great week. I'll be back as soon as I possibly can. Again, apologies for the tardiness of these videos, but stay safe and stay awesome. We'll talk soon. Holler if you need me. Bye now.